Wow, that was a very woo-hoo! Hey, beautiful Kelly Ripa.
You look terrific.
Boy, thank you, ma'am.
Very handsome. Being a daddy agrees with you.
Being a daddy makes me happy,
Yeah,
man.
I
I'm
can
working
tell.
out. Well, not with weights. I just got the baby. I'm just lifting the baby all the time.
Babies are the best workouts I think you can have.
Well, you look absolutely great. You got your third baby now.
Yeah.
You're a mama of 3.
Mama of 3.
You have 2 shows. You are Wonder Woman.
They act like they had something to do with it. That's right.
Well, we helped.
That's true. Well, that's true. No, I meant the children part.
Oh, yes. Well, no, that'd be bad. Bad
Yeah,
audience. Now, in that clip, first off, seeing you and Kathy Lee together
Yeah.
on screen, that's a trip in of itself.
Yeah, right.
But I think seeing her guest star on your sitcom really works to dispel some rumors. Because, I've heard that she hates you,
Right.
you hate her, you both hate each other, you hate
Right.
your mama, you both want to kickbox. So
You've been reading the Enquirer again, haven't you?
every day, because I know it's true.
I know, it is very true. No, I love Kathy Lee. She was so supportive of me when I got live. She sent me flowers and a beautiful note and, just said, I just think you're brilliantly funny and I'm behind you and I hope you make the most of this. And she's just been a real supportive person in my career. And she loves Regis and the two of them have such a great relationship that it was very important that not just he welcomed me, but that she welcomed me also, and it made me like an easier pill to swallow, I think, for the public. If she liked me, then they could like me too.
Well, she's such a good lady.
Yeah, she's a great
When I
lady.
had her as a guest on the show, I didn't know what to expect because once again, if you read rumors or if you read the tabloids, I didn't know what type of lady she would be, and I came away just thinking that she was close to being a saint with everything
She's so
she's
good.
been through. Yeah.
She's a good lady, and she's brilliantly funny. I mean, I think part of having the morning show, as you know, when you have a talk show, part of it is the humor. You have to be funny. You have to be able to roll with the punches. You have to be able to make people laugh, just like I'm doing right now. See?
There's one.
There's one. Got one. But you have to be able to have that humor. And so when the producer said, "What do you think about Kathy Lee if we hire her for a role in the sitcom?" And I thought, I knew, because I was such a faithful fan of Live with Regis and Kathy Lee, I knew she'd be brilliant. But they thought that she'd be too pretty and she wouldn't be able to, they're like, well, we can't have her play Busted Out Marge. And I'm like, she'll be Busted Out Marge. She'll be awesome as Busted Out Marge.
That was Busted Out Marge. She had the gum thing. And
Yeah, she was awesome, wasn't she? And after they hired her, they sort of rewrote a lot of the dialogue because she was so witty and so funny. She could play anything, and they wrote around that. The same way they did with Regis. When Regis was on the show, he was so much funnier than how they anticipated that they rewrote a lot of the dialogue because, they're so funny.
Well, Regis is Regis.
Regis is Regis.
Now, did the two of you sit down and swap Regis stories?
We did. We have a lot of the same Regis stories. Probably our best Regis story is the fact that, we're girls, and girls take a lot of work. It's a lot of effort, a lot of powdering, spackling, sanding down, buffing, shellacking, twisting, spinning, and drying, right? And Regis sort of shows up. He's Regis. And so when we do photo shoots with him, he goes, all right, I want to be in and out of here in 8 minutes. That's 8 minutes. And it takes me 8 minutes to put lip gloss on. I'm like, and he's like, and you have 3 pictures, and if you blink, you're done. Because you have 3, she's done. He's
I'm
gone.
gone.
I'm gone. I look good. We're out of here. I go, my eyes are crossed. My tongue is hanging out. Well, that's your problem. They'll fix it in the edit. Post-production. Yeah.
Now, you guys even have pet names for each other? See, I didn't know all of this. It's kind of like a marriage.
We are married. We are very telemarried. Yes. Yeah. We are married for 1 hour a day.
Hey, that sounds like a great relationship right there.
That's pretty much all you need, I think. He calls me Pippa. Because I think when I first joined the show, he couldn't really remember my name because he had so many co-hosts. I mean, I was like at the tail end of the co-host hunt, and he had everyone in America, and my name started with, so if he went, it would be Kathy Lee. Right. So he just started calling me Pippa because he couldn't remember Ripa, And Pippa was a story that he used to read to his daughters. And so it was Pippa Mouse, and so that's how he remembers me. Okay. And I call him Big Daddy because he's my big man.
Oh.
He's a...
No need to know.
He likes it. He says he doesn't.
No, I'm pretty sure anytime that an attractive woman calls you Big Daddy, you pretty much just smile.
He didn't know what he was like. What are you trying to say? And then I'm old. I'm like, no, you're my big man. You're my Big Mac.
So I'm fat? No.
You are the big man. You know, he's so great. I love him, and he makes me laugh every day. I'm the luckiest woman on TV. I really am.
And probably the most humble woman too, because with everything that you've got going on, sometimes I know it's easy for egos to become inflated in this town, but to look at you and to read things and see your relationship with your husband and the babies, great job to just keeping it real and just being
I mean, if you... It is so hard to keep it real because when I walk home and there's not an audience applauding me, I'm like,
it's weird, isn't it?
I'm like, Mommy's home. Does nobody want to applaud and get up? I said, Mommy's home. You know, and they stare at me like, that's nice. You know, so it's sort of our lives that keep us real. I mean, you know, once you have kids and once you have a husband, it's sort of there are no special. The special people in our house are the kids, and that's about it.
Absolutely.
You know. So we're really lucky. We're blessed.
Hey, folks, we have more with Miss Kelly Ripa as soon as we come back. I don't want you to go away. Come back.
67.
67. We were pretty close. Well, that's wonderful. I mean, nobody's going to turn down. No. Listen to me. Listen to me. You got it wrong. She won, not you.
Who graduated high school?
Kelly Ripa. Now, Kelly, I'm a little offended because when I've had you on the show before, you've never gotten up and just, started freaking like that. You haven't...
You know what? I just realized I am the spazziest person on TV. There is something wrong. We freaked out the last time I was here. We got freaky deaky.
We got freaky deaky?
We did. Don't you remember? We were doing the old...
Well, maybe I need you to give me a little...
I'll come with you. That's right. Take it to Michael. Peter Michael.
You gotta stop because I don't know if you guys kept clapping past the beat. That was good. No, because I don't know if we can get any freakier in daytime because then we have to
I know.
start.
There's like a level of freakiness. You can go like this, you can go like that, but once you start getting into this,
see?
then you get the phone call.
See, because all of this is safe.
This
but
is okay, but when you take
no,
it
that's, you can't do that.
Pull it back.
You can't. Because as soon as you take it front and pull it back, and then you start going for the spank, and there's some guy in the office going, no, cancel him. Oh, it's okay. See, you can't do that.
I got in big trouble for that because I shook it uptown and then I went downtown with it.
But you can't go uptown and downtown.
Can't go uptown and then down.
Now,
Does Peter Michael know that I have a crush on him?
well, you can tell him.
I have such a crush on you.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Have you? He's.
I'm sorry, this is the husband line.
No, Mark
She's
knows.
okay.
Mark knows. He's like, what are you talking about? You have a crush on him. He looks just like me. I'm like this. He looks just like you, but he can play the drums. Which is like, big bonus points.
Well, I wouldn't know because I can't play.
No, there's nothing you can't do. You're awesome.
Oh, Kelly, stop. Now, earlier, we were talking about you keeping it real in the family, anchoring everything.
Yeah.
But I would think that because of the popularity of Live, you and Regis are probably two of the people that you can't go anywhere and not be recognized. But I've heard you say that you are not recognized in
I
public.
am never recognized in public. I'm not kidding.
How? Because we see your face all the time.
I think that I must look like grotesquely different in real life. I think that
Oh, look at my hair and everything is so nice.
I am like, I always say that if I wasn't born a female, I would be a female impersonator because I'm always in drag, and so I'll give you a perfect example.
Please do.
You never get recognized when you need to be. Like when you're on coach on the airplane and you're hoping for a first class upgrade, and you're like, maybe the flight attendant will recognize me and pull me up front. That never happens. But like, I remember when I was on the soap, and I'd be at the mall, and not everybody watches soap. Some people do. The people that watch the soaps are die-hard fans, and the people that don't have never seen a soap before. And I remember being on the escalator, going upstairs, and this was back like years ago, when Alec McIntyre, you're talking about. I was married to a character named Alec McIntyre who had raped my mom, the alcoholic.
I actually remember that.
Right, okay. So, and I remember going up the escalator, and this woman says, Haley, Haley, and she had the look. She had the look of somebody that was about to not say anything appropriate. So I just turned my head like, who's this Haley that she's calling? And she says, your husband's been raping your mother. Open your eyes. Are you blind? And I'm sitting, shrinking, shriveling on the inside as everyone on the escalator turns around and is like, oh, that poor girl. She must be a Jerry Springer guest.
Doesn't she know?
Doesn't she know that her husband's been raping her mother? She's blind.
Did you turn around and just say thanks?
No, I just kept on walking. But I felt like I've walked down the street with Michael Gelman, who's our executive producer, and we'll walk down Columbus Avenue together to go have lunch, and everyone is like, oh my God, there's Gelman, there's Gelman, there's Gelman. Gelman! Gelman, we love you! Where's Regis and Kelly? And I'm standing right next to him. I'm standing right there, and he says to me, you're right, nobody recognizes you. And Regis has a theory about that.
Which is?
He says that I don't leave an impression on people at all. He says you don't leave much of an impact. Like, people meet you and then forget instantly. So I'd be like a great criminal, because I could be there and then vanish. And they would be like, what did she look like? We don't know. We can't remember what she looked like.
That is not true at all.
It's true.
What's your name again? That is not true.
Do you get recognized everywhere?
No,
Yes, you do. You're Wayne Brady.
No, well, that doesn't mean anything in some places. No, because just like you, because the truth is that the people that watch daytime or the people that watch Whose Line, it's a very specific niche audience.
Right.
So among those people, it's like, hey man, you do funny so good. And then they'll be saying, and I'm sure that you're getting this.
Right.
Sometimes, like I was just at the airport, and the lady doing the scan, I always, you always go through this, and the one guy recognizes me. Big fan, nice dude. He's like, hey, Wayne, man, I love your show. And another lady comes over. Oh, my goodness, Wayne, it's so nice to see you. This other sister comes from around the corner. There's always one sister who could be less than impressed by anything. She comes around, she's like,
She's got the rubber gloves.
who's he? You got this show? I don't watch no TV. Turn around. Yeah. So that keeps it in check. So, yeah, she's like, no, but don't watch this. See, so that keeps you in check.
That's very funny. Yeah.
Now, how do you juggle your schedule? Because you're scheduled live. Walk us through a day.
Okay. I work so much less than what people actually imagine. Live is an hour of work a day for me. I'm not an executive producer. I don't produce any of the segments. I'm just the host. And when you're just the host, that's an awesome place to be on a talk show because, basically they're like, would you like coffee or Diet Coke in your mug? That's my big decision making for the whole show. And so I go to live around 8 o'clock in the morning, makeup, hair. We go live on the air from 9 to 10, right? And then I leave there, and I grab my kids, and we go over to the sitcom studio. And I'm usually there until 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the afternoon, and then I'm done.
And then
And then I'm home. I mean, see, isn't that amazing how you can have 2 jobs, and it's not even as long as 1 job?
Wow.
I fooled the system.
Well, good for you, because I thought that you had to be there live all day, and now I'm mad at you.
Yeah, no, I know.
At first I wasn't mad at you, but now I just want to throw something at you.
I'm the luckiest person on TV. But I worked it all out in advance. I said, look, if I'm going to do, because I didn't need to do the sitcom.
Right.
I feel that I'm teetering on that edge of being one of those people where everybody goes, God, is there no channel that she's not on? You know what I mean? And so to do the sitcom, I wanted to have all of that worked out. You know, it's like, look, I have 3 kids. I can't be here day and night. I cannot do it. You have to make sure that I'm out of here, you know, before my son gets home from school. I want to be home. So that we worked that all out in advance. It's really easy. It's a great, and Faith and Ted are amazing. And
Well, what a great cast.
oh,
We're going to have Tim
he's so
McGinley on
much-
soon.
He's so much fun. You're going to love him. He's the best.
Well, we have more with you as soon as we come back. So I want you to go here. We have one more thing with Kelly Ripa. We'll be right back. Super Mama. It's Kelly Ripa. And so Kelly and I are talking. Now, you're here in L.A. with me.
That's right.
So what's Mark doing?
Okay, do you hear that? That's my stomach. That was my stomach.
Are you hungry?
No. I ate
Because
before
that'd be
I came.
really weird if Kelly Ripa went on TV.
I've done it in the past, trust me. I had 2 pregnancies that I lived out on air. You know what I mean?
I liked you.
Things went wrong all the time there. And we'd be talking and I'd just say, excuse me. Sorry about that. And then go, oh my gosh, you're such a pig.
See, that's why we love you and Regis, because it's too...
Because we're pigs.
No, because the two of you, that it's not glossy, you know. That's what I personally, watching
Right.
talk shows and watching TV shows, I hate when the host goes, hi, and my next guest, bling, and the little star shines
well,
off
no,
of
you
their
can't
teeth.
you can't do that with morning TV. I mean, people are like up, they're like just waking up. They don't want to sit there and, you know, they don't want to watch sparkly. They want to see hardcore hideousness. And that's what we give them.
Right on. Hardcore hideous coming to town near you. Man, if I could, I would only do the show in the shirt and jacket and just have on shorts. Just
I
sit
know.
right here.
I feel like we should have casual Monday through Fridays because I've been wearing the same pair of sweatpants and T-shirts for like 6 years now, and so the fact that I have to they're like, here's your skirt, here's your sweater, here's your nice shoes. It's painful for me because I'm really not comfort. I always feel like I'm wearing somebody else's clothes, which I am because we borrow my clothes and then we have to give them back. Do you get to keep your wardrobe?
We'll see after the show ends. I don't know. No, I'm serious. I'm going to ask.
But your wardrobe stays here. You don't have to return it to a store.
No. What I do is as soon as I finish,
Yeah.
I rub my body all in the clothes so that it's just for me.
Yeah, but what happens if I do that? I then am the proud owner of that sweater at the low price of, because the clothes they give you are so expensive.
Just amazing.
They give you the most expensive clothes. But if you at all sweat into them, you're now the proud owner of an $800 sweater
And
that you would never buy.
Who would buy an $800 sweater?
Crazy people.
That try not to sweat. They stand very still.
You know, we've had like Tom Cruise comes on the show and you'll see me like this. Because I'm trying not to perspire into the sweater because I don't want to own it, but they'll make me buy it if...
Now you and Mark, both busy TV people. Your kids, how old is your oldest?
6.
She's 6.
He's 6.
He's 6. So, and there's the family. You guys
Oh,
are
there they are,
sickening
yeah.
beautiful. Look at you.
That's my son down there with his mouth wide open.
So at the ages that they are now,
Yeah.
they know that mommy and daddy are on TV.
Yeah.
So is it weird for them, or do they speak to you about it, or say, I saw you on TV, and
Well,
they tell their friends?
I think, well, right now, Michael is really into hope and faith. Not really for me, but for the fact that he likes the kid actors on the show. Like, it's never occurred to him that children could actually earn a living, you know? And he gets bent out of shape when I ask him to put his plate in the dishwasher. And I'm like, would you like me to send you to work for 8 hours? You know, so I have that to hang over his head. But he's fascinated that there's little kids that are able to go out and like act and perform and be characters. But because he comes to work with me at Live and because he goes to see everybody over at Hope and Faith, he really assumes that everyone is on TV. I mean, he believes that everyone is on TV because most of the people that he knows are on on TV.
Right.
And so I've heard him, like he'll ask his friends, like, what show does your mom work on?
My mom is on the Working at Sears
Right,
show.
you know, he's like, you know, and I'm like, Michael, not everybody works on TV. I mean, some people don't. And he's like, name one. And I'm like, well,
Here's a phone book.
Grandma and Grandpa don't work on TV. You know, but he's like, I've seen them on your show. I'm like, okay, they were there once. Okay, fine. But he really believes that everyone is on TV.
Well, he'll find out someday.
But you know what? At the rate reality TV is going, I think by the year 2005, everyone will be on TV.
Very true.
So,
Very, very true.
he's right.
Now, are you ready for something? We did Celebrity Sound Off last time you were here, and I've got a bunch of new questions for you.
I'm ready.
You ready? Because they're not scary questions.
No, I'm taking a drink of water. I gotta get ready.
Folks, this is Celebrity Sound Off with Kelly Ripa. I ask the question, you give me an answer, you hear this every time you answer one. Here we go. Question 1. Will you allow your daughter, Lola, to wear hip huggers and belly tees to school when she's older?
No.
Good answer. Do you prefer waxing your legs or shaving your legs?
Shaving.
Oh. Is endorsing a product you don't use wrong?
Yes.
So you use the products that you endorse?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't really. I do.
No, because your hair looks fabulous.
Thank you very much.
But how do you get to move in slow motion? That's nice. 4. Is there really a difference between shampoo for men and shampoo for women?
I don't think so.
Good answer. Do you bring your own candy to the movies to save money?
Yes.
Come on, Miss 15 Jobs. I wish I would see you with a pack of now-laters in the movie theater.
Oh, you know what? I bring my own stuff. That's right.
Good for you. How much would you
Now they're
have?
gonna be looking for me.
Yeah. Hello, Miss Ripa. Give me the M&Ms. How much would you have to be paid to gain 50 pounds for a role?
Oh, like $3.
$3. You're Bridget Jones's cousin.
Oh my gosh.
Is your family more interesting than the Osbournes?
No.
Okay. What's worse for kids, too much TV or too much junk food?
Oh wow. That's so tough. But it's equal. They're both equal.
Because some would say that TV is junk food for the mind.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring that home, preach that. And the last question, do you think fake blondes have as much fun as real blondes?
Yes.
Absolutely. And the funny show, Hope and Faith. But in the prompter said Hope and Faithy. Hope and Faithy. Friday nights at 9 on ABC. One of the best ladies around, Miss Kelly Ripa. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back.